We won't be staying here long, but we will need to pick this lock again.
This implant is permanently attached. That worked.
Ah yes, I remember now, it is God's justice. We need to take a closer look at Massimo Eddy, who I believe is in the government operations. The last time we looked at Massimo Eddy, there was a password protection on accessing further information. Now, the code does work, but I'm not sure how obvious it's going to be.
Massimo Eddy. Last night there was another Massimo Eddy broadcast, another vision of hell. Massimo is the first man who was damned to hell and lived to tell of his experience. There was Eddy, paint splashed on his face, ranting about his trip to hell, bursting into sudden screams of the color, the colors. Then, ooh, fire, all is aflame, all is aflame. Ooh, he would speak, and the demons that possesses him would taunt him from within. Ooh, from within, a terribly frightening exhibit that reminds viewers what there is to fear about hell. Periodically, the hand drags him out to broadcast his bizarre visions to the nation. He has developed a cult following of people expecting wisdom from the mad Massimo. I fear those people will be disappointed. I doubt this lost soul has anything to teach.
So here we go. We have the voice is always disabled. But it says right here to enter an access code. Now, I'm not sure how obvious this code is, but we need to enter the word triangle, which we have heard in a previous conversation. I can't remember exactly who it was, but I believe it was... the person called Deep Throat. I could be wrong. Anyway, let's continue on. So we are now done with the transgressions entrance, for this time anyway. We will be returning here sometime later on. We just need to forge these credentials. There we go. Now we can return to the Bureau of Records.
Ah, what shock and disbelief on my part. I thought you two were con artists. Now I see you were merely incompetent. You finally obtained transgressions clearance. Very good for you. Mr. Eddy resides in the Lee Mansion in Arlington. That's right. The home of the first damn man overlooks the National Cemetery. Quite appropriate, don't you think? When you do find Mr. Eddy, be aware there are other security measures in place. You had best be more prepared for them than you were for me.
Thank you very much for the warning. Now, I believe Massimo Eddy's place of residence is in Arlington. Now, where is Arlington? Here. It's the Lee Mansion guard room.
As my sainted Irish mother used to say to me, you're up shit creek now, bucko. Bet if you dare.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? I've been there before. Hey, remember that time in Bethesda? No bullets. Ha 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 ha. But you know, I've noticed that when you start quoting your mother, you're usually bluffing.
Well, at least I knew who my parents were.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Just hold your horses, sonny boy. You can't get past us without us saying so, and right now I'm just a wee bit preoccupied.
The nerve of these people. What do you think we should do with them when we finish this hand?
I arrest them or kill them, of course. It's always a tough decision.
Let's play for it.
You're on.
How the hell do we get by these two? They sure like to argue. Too bad we can't control their minds. We could have them shoot each other.
Well, we can mind control them, but shooting each other, that's a bit harsh. Why can't we just mind control them to go to sleep or leave?
I can't give this thing away. Okay, Magnola. It shouldn't be too hard for you to get into the craniums of these two pinheads.
All right, but you better stand back. These two look pretty rough. I have a feeling it could get dangerous around here if they were to get into an argument. For example, if the smaller guy were to hide a card up his sleeve.
Hey, wait just a minute there, you little bastard. Did I see you slipping a card up your sleeve then?
Or if the other guy were to suddenly detect a foul smell.
What are you talking about, you yeasty-breathed son of a bitch? You're the one who has to deal from the bottom to win.
It's the kind of thing that could leave you speechless.
What? Why, you...
Or worse, it could make you say something absolutely vicious.
What's the matter? Run out of quotes from your sainted slut of a mother?
Words like that could be the last straw.
What? That's it, you little toad. You're a pissant of a human being, you are.
I'm sick of having to sit here and smell your breath. And the stories. Oh God, if I have to hear one more story about the old freaking sod, or your stupid da, who was probably the friggin' milkman.
Oh, is that right then? And I'm sick of hearing about your girlfriends. Or is it boyfriends?
Why, it could even make you want to kill a man who used to be your best and only friend.
That's it, you Irish lush. Draw!
Yeah, that did seem a bit over the top. Oh yes, I forgot to examine this place again.
The two uniformed guards playing cards seem out of place, but little else about this antique colonial parlor has changed since Robert E. Lee lived here 250 years before. Leanon and Wojtek no longer block your path.
Well, that's an interesting looking cat.
It's doubtful General Lee would have allowed such an elegant room to be given over to a cat, but this is one of those cats that has a mind of its own. A simple bowl of water. A standard floor lamp. A cybernetically enhanced panther, a sinister and lethal combination of feline ferocity and technologic skill, fixes you with a predator's gleam and blocks entrance to Massimo Eddy's room. Apparently the panther has spilled his water, as it stands in a puddle.
Mr. Eddy will not be bothered. Meat. Tender meat. Feast soon.
Look, Gideon, I've bought into a lot of weirdness working for ARC, but that panther is talking. Panthers don't talk, Gideon.
They do now. Check it. It's got a skull jack. Probably a computer interface that interprets the electrical impulses generated by the panther's instincts and translates them into a form the skull computer can process. The computer acts on the instincts and also sends output to a speech synthesizer. The panther talks. Questions are, can it think? And if it can, how smart is it?
If we can't outsmart this beast, we better scoop up Dante's suggestion and go under in Africa.
Right, we don't need this water bowl, but I'm going to steal it anyway. The clue here is that the panther is standing in this puddle of water, and we have this electric lamp right here. So the idea is we need to use this pull cue and push it over. It does seem somewhat cruel, but it was threatening to eat us.
When they first gave this room over to Massimo Eddy, they used to cover the walls with giant canvases in an effort to preserve the historical dignity of the room's surfaces. Massimo ignored such parameters, and in time, his keepers did too. Massimo the Mad, the so-called first damned man, is at work with brush and palette, adding wild strokes to a wall already thick with paint.
Why are these in this particular order?
A chart that shows the secondary colors of the color wheel. A chart that shows the tertiary colors of the color wheel. A chart that shows the primary colors of the color wheel.
Massimo, over here, buddy. We've gone through quite a bit to get here. Maybe you could stop painting for a few minutes.
Painting focuses my energy. Power of creation out from inside, keeps the voices quiet, keeps me, me.
Look, we know the truth about you, and about hell. We know that you tested a hell prototype. We know that the government uses you to scare people. We can get you out of here. Take you with us.
But then how would I finish the painting? There's much more to do.
Well, you could start another one. Somewhere where you're not under guard. Somewhere where you'll be free.
And where might that be?
And where might that be?
No one is free from the hell inside. Come, see us, and take a little home with you.
Oh man, Massimo the Mad, he really is possessed.
Worse than possessed. There are ways to exorcise a real demon. These demons are seamlessly integrated into his cortex. They're separate bits of computer-generated consciousness following their own logic, and they aren't ever going away.
They made it real, you morons. They took thousands of years of hate and terror and combined it with centuries of science and made it. They made the nightmares real, the cautionary tales come alive. They made Hades' flames really burn.
Made us really burn.
I am Naomi, consort to Belial. Fearsome enough I was in old women's stories and young girls' nightmares, but the hand gave me a voice and the force to use it.
But if it's a computer program, we can crash it. You know that, and you know how to do it. Tell us what you know. How do we beat it?
You can't beat Satan. How arrogant! The two of you defeat Satan?
Satan is the greatest warrior in hell.
He is destined to win every encounter, triumph in every battle.
We can beat him. We know these demons can die.
You know so much, so many secrets.
They know so many secrets.
Very smart they are. Your parents must be very proud.
Don't you know the game is rigged? He's programmed to win.
He's the king of hell.
He'll rip you a new one, kids.
How do we beat him? They say you know the secrets of hell. Tell us. Why should you protect him?
I can't tell you. They won't let me.
We won't let him.
We'll give him a stroke first.
Apparently, he's got a block programmed into his brain that prevents him from revealing forbidden secrets.
Fight it, Massimo, fight it!
I'm trying, but I tell you, they...
Bite your tongue, Massimo, or I'll bite it for you.
The pain... Too great. Here, take... This is the best I can do.
It's the best he can do.
And we're gonna hurt him for it.
What is it? What did he give you?
I don't know. He wrote something on this paper, but it doesn't make any sense.
Alright, let's take a look. Whoops. Alright, now let's take a look. Now, right now, I have no idea what this means, but I'm sure we will find someone who does. More interestingly, though, this is what I am looking for. Now, I believe, I'm not sure if this is randomized, as during my test run, I seem to have the exact same color scheme. You can see at the top we have 3 colors that have P in the middle of them, and 3 with S. Now you can refer back to this image if you want to, but it's always a good idea to write these down, as we're going to need these very soon. Now, on the bottom, there seems to be 2 shades of yellow. I'm not sure if they are significant or not, but I'll write them down anyway. Yellow, we have pink, is that lavender? And also orange. Anyway, we are done here now. We're going to head back to the racetrack. Okay, well, I'm not sure what's going on here or there, but let's leave before the whole thing gets corrupt. And that is what we need, the Solux stakes. The piece of paper that we have just witnessed with the different colours is the cheat sheet to win the race. Now, we have win, place and show. And yeah, for some reason they are PST. But P is for the winning horse. And what we need to do, we need to select a horse with two of the three colours that we saw on the piece of paper. So we have blue, red and yellow. So let's try Cyber Cell. For place, we need three colours that were in the S range, and that was orange, purple and green. There we go, all decked out. And for show, we need, two of the colours that were in the T area, which was turquoise, pink, lavender. Go to John will do. Now we may as well bet all of our money. I'm pretty sure it's 90,000. Alright, let's do this. Okay. 1 million will do. I'm sure that will last us for the rest of the game. Oh, it's a shame we can't rub it in her face. But we can speak to one of these guys through here. Gideon, what are you doing?
Holy moly, you won! You figured it out! Way to go! Tell me something. Who you got in the next race?
I don't believe you can actually win that race until you get the cheat sheet. And it doesn't really... well, it's not too hard to work out. It's not entirely obvious either. Anyway, let's head back to the British Embassy. I'm not even sure if the solid states comes up before then. I'm sure it must do. But there's no way of winning it until you get that cheat sheet.
Our people in the field are earning their keep. I've got locales for 2 more of our people, including the big prize. WizKid keyboard jockey Jeremy Verdi. If anyone can design a crash program for hell, it's Jeremy. He's prisoner of a demon named Gak, supposedly a disgusting mother. Name a demon who isn't. We've also got a fix on Thelma Bay Chesapeake, subvert novelist. She went political when the Hand stopped publication of the Faye Weston detective series. Bay Chesapeake's being held in the belly of some hellish leviathan.
What's that supposed to mean?
All I know is what the text tells me. You'll find out soon enough. One other thing. One of our people inside the Pentagon is located where our torture victims' bodies are being held while they're in the Hellnet. One of our people inside the Pentagon reported that they've located where our torture victims' bodies are being held while they're in the Hellnet.
Yeah, you've just said that, but thank you for clarifying that again.
Great. They can just disconnect the cyclopumps and save us a lot of sweat.
Life ain't that easy, Rachel. Release of the bodies is apparently blocked until their minds are freed from their torture in hell. Once that happens, our agents in the Pentagon assure us they can move the prisoners out.
Alright, it's time to take a trip back into hell. And there are 2 new locations to visit this time around. It might help if I could spell.